I'm seeing a lot of games reusing old games with new mechanics. There are quite a few, and Minesweeper is one of the most popular. You might remember when I covered Downbreak? Well, as you probably guessed, DemonCrawl is one game where the base is Minesweeper, but in a quest format with minions, magic, and a ton of items. So, what does a run look like in DemonCrawl? It's actually a quest with Minesweeper boards as each of the levels. The first quest is, the king has tasked you with the delivery of an important message to a land across the Great Waters. Use your renowned tracking skills to avoid the monsters along the way. So you start in a forest with a tiny Minesweeper board and some low-level enemies. Yes, it's enemies in the level instead of bombs. Then you move to the cavern, which leads to an ocean, as it states in the quest. Later levels include a volcano board, and by then it's huge with hard-hitting enemies. In those later levels, enemies can one-shot kill you, so one mistake and it's all over. Again, it's a quest you're on, so it's a journey that you will struggle with coins and loot. Hopefully the loot you find makes it easier to complete the quest. Also, you start with 5 hit points. If you lose them, you must restart the whole quest. It's fun finding items until you realize there are bad items called omens that will ruin your run. Opening chests is tense, and I started skipping them if I'm on a good run as to not tempt fate. You never know what you will find. There are magic items, passive items, and consumables. Magic items are powerful, but you must play a certain amount of turns to replenish their mana. For example, the Wand of Embers will burn all visible monsters. For passive items, these will help you as you play. For example, the Dowsing Rod will spawn a coin if you discover a cell with 4 or greater. The omens are where everything gets tricky. Like I said, they are likely to be the reason you fail the quest. For example, the misgiving eye that halves the chances of finding loot. While not so bad, loot is the reason you'll be able to finish the quest. As the levels get bigger and filled with more enemies, they are difficult. Unless you have a perfect run, you will need items to finish. Side note, you can find everything in the codex. It's helpful considering how vast the collection is. Anyway, the quest will not be the same every time you play it. There's an opportunity for special levels to appear, and random attributes can be on a level too. I've never had a quest feel similar to any of the others I've played, although this is mostly attributed to how many different items there are. The game is about trying to balance all the crazy stuff that's happening, including those terrible omens, while playing Minesweeper. I want to mention that the Minesweeper part is straightforward and exactly what you expect. To win, you need to finish the whole board, including tagging all the enemies. Although the game has a few upgrades, first, it tells you when you've tagged too many spots. Second, if you click on a numbered block, it shows you which blocks are touching it. Unless you've tagged all the enemies, then it clicks it for you. My wife calls this cheating. I disagree. It's a nice feature while you're busy trying to figure out everything else in the game. It's not an easy mode, and it won't make the game any easier. You can still make mistakes. These improvements will not save you. Initially, much of DemonCrawl is locked. There's only one quest available along with Classic Mode. I don't know why you would want to play Classic Mode though. With only one mode available, it could become tedious as you play it over and over and over, unable to unlock the next quest. Not only do you need to finish the first quest, you will also need to buy the second quest with tokens. The masteries are also locked behind finishing a quest and tokens. I've only gotten 1 or 2 tokens each time I leveled up. While unlocking the second quest only takes 5 tokens, the masteries take 10. You can also buy cosmetics with tokens, but those are much more expensive. The only thing available from the start are legendary items, which only make them available to drop if you buy them. It's messy that everything is sealed behind tokens. I mean, why? It screams free game where you can buy tokens for real money, but this is a one-time buy and I can't find the place to purchase tokens in the game. Forcing the player to finish a quest to unlock the next one, I get that, that's a sense of progression. With the tokens too, it makes little sense. Another thing to note is that the game is cruel. I mentioned earlier enemies can one-shot you late in the game, which is frustrating. Also, not everything is explained well. For example, finding a statue in a level and it proclaims it has a present for you, but then you click it and you are definitely not prepared for what the heck is going to happen. Sometimes a present isn't a good thing. Getting deep into the quest and having it ripped away from you when you think it's right in the sight and you're going to win this time, it's so painful and cruel. Overall, DemonCrawl adds a solid layer to Minesweeper that reinvigorates the game. Although the locked content is frustrating, if you're a Minesweeper fan, then you should probably get this. I prefer Downbreak, but if you're crazy about Minesweeper, then this is a solid addition to your collection.
Are you following the Steam Curator page? If not, you should be. I post even more content there, and you can even see the games I don't recommend. I don't make videos for those. So follow along there, please. Thanks for watching.